The CrunchCast is a podcast with game developers talking about games. You can check us out at crunchstudios.com. There you can find links to all the episodes via video or MP3 download, as well as links to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/CrunchCast. We also have a YouTube channel, Vimeo channel, an RSS feed link there to all the audio, and a link to a Polycount thread where there's been plenty of discussion about it. You can also follow us on Twitter at CrunchCast, and everybody that's on here pretty much has an account as well. So enjoy the show.
I'm pretty pumped. Pretty excited.
Actually, that wasn't GDC. That was SIGGRAPH that I went to. I've actually never been to a GDC. I'm going to be going to the one up here since I live down the street from it.
Oh, nice. You're in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Awesome. I knew you went to California, but I forgot where.
Yep. NorCal.
Cool. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the CrunchCast. I hope you like that new intro that these guys didn't hear because I recorded it earlier. Okay, tonight we're going to try to talk about GDC because that's next week. We've got a few other things to go over. I'm Chris Holden. Locally, here's Bryan McConnel. And with us from San Francisco, sunny San Francisco, is Pat Morrison, who's currently at...
How you doing?
You're currently working at Visceral, is that right?
Yeah.
The creators of Dead Space?
Yes.
As a junior assistant character artist, is that right?
Yes, that's intern. Junior intern.
No, it's what is it, like senior, the best?
Yeah, I guess it's senior modeler, but I'm like the lead. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works at EA. I'm a senior modeler, but I'm the lead character artist.
So you make characters in the game industry. Super cool.
I make characters at Visceral Games. That's a simple way to do it.
Nice.
What a beast.
On one of the previous episodes, somebody posted on YouTube asking the question, where do you guys work? And I always thought, well, don't we say that at the top of most every episode? We might have skipped it a few times. Yeah. But me and Bryan, I'm the lead artist at Ilphonic in Denver, and Bryan is our animator at Ilphonic. And for those of you that have been in a cave, we released a game today. It's called, well, I guess yesterday if you're probably watching this by. Anyway, Wednesday, February 29th, the leap year day. It was the day we released the CryEngine 3 game for Xbox 360. It's live, Xbox Live Arcade. Mm-hmm. It's in the house party.
Yeah.
Cool. It's like a 800 points, $10. Affordable.
It's worth it.
You should buy it to help out. It helps the game industry if you buy this game.
Yes.
As a whole, it grows for many reasons that I'm not going to go into. But either way, how does it feel to ship your first game, Bryan?
I'm hungover, but it feels really good. Actually, last night was a lot of fun, so I can't complain.
Yeah, these guys all went out and partied hard. I came home and did art because I must constantly perfect my craft.
One thing that I really do like is because I spent all day playing it just because, I mean, why not play the game that I've been playing for the last 8 months? But one thing that I really do enjoy is when you just hear kids like saying, "Oh, that one power up is really freaking cool," and
over the headsets.
Yeah,
because you're playing on live. It's a multiplayer only game,
and you're always going to get the people that don't necessarily enjoy it. But
I mean, there's bot matches, but multiplayer only.
Everyone that I was playing with seemed to really like it, so. And they were saying good things. Cool.
Well, it's getting good enough reviews, so we're happy about that. It's one of those things. We're a small company, like 10 developers made this $10 game. So we will in turn be paid $1 for our services on this product. But also, hey, Pat, you got a new job recently, huh? I guess the one we talked about earlier. You just recently got. How are you settling in? How do you like San Francisco?
I forgot what real traffic was like living down south, man.
They got it.
The traffic's pretty nuts around here, but it's a really, really nice area. I'd never really been to Northern California before, so it's an adventure. I'm really enjoying the job. Job's great.
It's one of my favorite cities, and I don't think I've ever been there. It's one of my favorite cities, just out of like hearsay.
That's kind of how I look at Seattle. I've never been to Seattle, but I'd live there at the drop of a hat. Like, just from what I've heard of it.
I don't know. This last year, 2011. was the first year in I don't know how many years, almost 10 probably, that I went to Seattle at least one time for a different reason. I would always end up going to Seattle at least once a year. It's just some weird thing, like a fluke. I don't know, or maybe it's just because I always go to some show. Because it's like we went there for PAX. But
Yeah.
Seattle's awesome. Has a lot of stuff going on, and San Fran's that same way. I end up going to San Fran a lot 'cause there's just a lot going on out there.
Yeah, San Francisco and this whole area, like the whole San Francisco Bay Area, is just really really nice. Food's great. You know, the view is amazing. You know, look to my left, I have like hills. Look to my right, I have a ocean. If I go over those hills on my left, there's more ocean. You know, it's
That's awesome.
it's just so nice. It's so
And
nice
the
to be near
constant
water
threat
again.
of death from Mother Nature.
Oh, I'm looking
It's
forward to
always there.
it. Yep, just we snap off like a graham cracker and float into the Pacific. Sounds like an adventure.
Colorado needs an ocean. I don't mind sacrificing a couple states to get an ocean.
Well, you know, if California and Utah crack off,
Yeah.
you know, you guys will be waterfront property.
Oh yeah, definitely. Speaking of San Francisco, GDC's coming up.
Yay, GDC's next week.
I'm pretty
How
excited.
topical.
How did we just... Wow, what a beautiful segue, Brian. What did
Dude,
you...
I want to go to the beach now.
Well,
when we
there's
go,
one there.
when we go to San Francisco, I want to go to the beach and swim at the beach.
You know, it's probably going to be cold.
Yeah,
But-
it's you know, it's still winterish here. I don't really know. It's gorgeous outside, but I like the cold, and it's pretty chilly.
I didn't
So
even think about that. Whenever I think of California, I just think of sun. That's all I think about.
I mean, it's probably not. It's definitely not as cold as it is in Denver, I'm sure.
Well,
but,
we've
you know.
we've had a very mild winter this year.
Perfect.
Today it was perfect. It was sunny and like 55 plus degrees. I don't know. But, you know, someone says, "Oh, it's got to be a certain..." No, it's dry out here, so it's hot. You're always walking around in short sleeves, no big deal.
Yeah,
It's great.
That's
crazy.
very similar to what's going on in here. I think it was like 62 today, maybe 55ish, 55 to 60 or something. It's been like that pretty much since I got here. Colder in the evenings, but
That's pretty
I don't
nice.
think it's gotten higher than 65.
I mean, we've had our share of, you know, cold blizzard days, but overall, this winter out here has been ridiculously nice. I don't even get it.
Yeah.
But let's talk about San Francisco. Let's talk about a GDC. Let's talk about parties at the W. Let's talk about the McConnel Center. Let's talk about Market Street.
I'm down to hear about all of that because I've never been. I've never been to GDC, so
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Are you anywhere near all that? Where you're at now? Like how close are you in proximity to actually the host of GDC?
About a 15-20 minute drive.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, about a 15-minute drive,
It's
I'd
a big
probably say, to the Moscone Center.
You know, I don't even know how to say it.
I live in San
I was
Mateo.
about to call it the Moscow Center.
If you look at a map, it's like I live in San Mateo, which is like two of the charter cities south of San Francisco proper. So it's like Daly City, Burlingame, and then San Mateo, heading north to south.
I see. So it's just,
So it's just like a 15-20 minute drive north, and we're in San Francisco.
Hell yeah. I mean, that place is hilly. Here's what I'm going to say to anybody that's going out there for this GDC. Be prepared to walk up some freaking hills.
awesome.
Like, it's... Oh, man.
I'm ready, dude. I've been doing all this high altitude training, and
It's that center is actually at the bottom of one, and I think let's see, what direction would that be? I think it's north. Yeah, just a bit north and to the west. It just goes right up this hill, and then we had a hotel there one year, and our hotel was I forgot what it was called. It was like something on the hill. That was the name of the damn place, and it was literally at the top of this fucking hill. So every time we had to go anywhere, we were walking down the hill, right into Chinatown, then right into where all the GDC is, and I think it was scarier walking down some of those hills because you're always worried about your knees and ankles, but walking up them, you're just... The funny thing about game devs, guys sitting at desks all day in really bad shape and hey, I'm at the front. What's wrong, guys? Come on, let's go. Into the nose, out to the mouth.
I'm excited to go to check out Chinatown because
It's neat. It's
I bet,
cool.
I bet California has some sushi
There's-
spots in California.
Oh man, here's if you go to San Francisco, man, make sure to find, just make a list. I don't know, check it twice, figure out who's naughty and nice, figure out the good restaurants, because the choices there's some I can't even put into words how remarkable, how many wonderful places there are. What you got to do is find the places that has survived for years, like places that are like, I don't know, 5, 10, 15 years, even more. Those restaurants, if you can survive that long in that city, you have to be just amazing. So you can find some good food.
Good advice.
Some good food out there. Yeah, well, I was kind of doing like, okay, comfy shoes, good food. Yeah, you bring in some hiking boots. That's jeez. Now you're gonna be on the show. You're gonna be on the show floor all week, standing around, walking around. Your feet are gonna get beat up.
I'm going to drink all the sake.
You're gonna drink all of it.
That's going to be my drink of choice.
Should start off with some coffee. There's three of this place. It's called Phil's Coffee. There's one in Mission, one in Castro, and one somewhere else that escapes me. But Phil's Coffee is the best coffee I've ever had. If you're a coffee drinker, you owe it to yourself to go there.
Awesome.
Isn't that what Seattle's all about? Is dope coffee?
I hear that.
That's what everybody says. I think that's where
Starbucks.
Starbucks started or something. I don't know. I could.
Yeah.
I just might have just made that up.
No, that's true.
No, it's
that's
just
true.
Whenever my
But,
buddy, I'm not
Phil's Coffee.
And they have that place where you throw the fish. They throw the fish.
Oh yeah,
not-
Fisherman's Wharf.
Oh, cool. Wait, what do you mean they throw fish?
It's like a famous thing they have in Seattle. It's Fisherman's Wharf. You go down there and it's just like a fish shop, and they have this tradition. They just throw fish. It's like something they do for the crowd.
Okay, cool.
It's like one of those old jobs that they used to need, but then it's kind of like, well, we don't need to throw fish anymore. But people like it. It's local, colorful. It's wonderful. It's almost like just a novelty, I guess. It's just a cool thing. You go down there and there's a bunch of shops and tourist attractions and stuff. That's all in Seattle. And we're talking about San Francisco, but they're both great cities. I enjoy them both.
I'm not a coffee drinker, but whenever my buddies go to get coffee and I go with them, I want to fit in, so I'll get like a hot chocolate or something.
I thought you were gonna say like one of those little cookies.
I'll get a cookie.
I'll go to the bathroom.
Hot chocolate and cookie. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get some Phil's hot chocolate and cookies.
Nice.
Phil's Coffee might as well be hot. Well, it's not super sweet, but it's just.
It's
I don't know.
amazing. It's undescribable.
It must be something with the way they prepare their beans. They use like a French press or American press coffee thing. I don't know the specifics to it, but it's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Awesome. So yeah, comfy shoes. Find the good food. There's all kinds of good food out there. Oh man, we're so blessed. Our president, Charles Brungart, who we've had, he was on episode 4. We interviewed him. Wonderful guy.
We're gonna have to get him back too.
He, I guess he went to school in San Francisco,
Oh, okay.
and that's where he has a bunch of friends. So he knows every place to go,
Yes.
and he'll take us like years ago. I mean, he's like 30 now, right? And he's talking about places he went back in college, restaurants that are still there.
That's awesome.
And then he picks those out. He will go in there, and they know him by name. Like the owners know him by name, even though he's been living out here in Denver for the last few years. That's just the man knows good spots. That's all I'm saying. He knows what to do when it comes to restaurants. So
Hell yeah.
everybody should just ask him where to go.
I wonder how close will we be to the beach?
I mean, the peninsula is not wide, man. Like it depends on what beach you want to go to.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I'm not really sure what the dimensions are, but San Francisco is not very wide east to west. It's a pretty narrow peninsula. And then on the west side of the peninsula itself, you got like Half Moon Bay.
Oh.
And if you keep going south, you'll get to Santa Cruz, which is a fucking awesome town.
Awesome.
So if you have time, Santa Cruz, absolutely.
I've heard of Santa
I would
Cruz.
suggest Santa Cruz.
So.
Oh yeah, as
Yeah,
far as this actual
everywhere's
area is
beach.
pretty small. I mean,
Yeah, it's
I'll
not.
show you this map real quick,
like,
Brian.
It's really not that big.
These
up here. Like,
these
the
are
area is
roads.
really-
This
really
is
dense.
ocean.
Oh whoa.
That's the famous bridge out there that
okay.
goes into Oakland, the San Francisco. What do you call it? San Francisco Bridge, I guess. I don't
the
know.
Bay Bridge.
The Bay Bridge, yeah.
Oh cool.
Look, there's Treasure Island.
Dude, I need to get. I need to get.
I want to know where
better at
Candy
geography.
Island is. Yeah, well, that's why I have a map right here next to me on the wall.
My roommate was awesome. My old roommate was awesome. She had a map shower curtain. So like as I was showering,
cool.
like if I didn't have, as long as I didn't have like shampoo in my eyes, I could like memorize like the countries and stuff. But it's all gone now. She stole it. So, but anyway.
I'll tell you my stupid thing I used to do. I got the map on the wall. What I used to do is stand in front of the map while juggling and read off every country or like capitals or major cities. Just try to go through everyone and just read it. Because when I felt like it was a weird brain multitasking exercise.
Very nice.
That was back when I used to be smart and coordinated.
I want to get the Animaniacs CD.
Over the song?
Yeah.
Where he says all the countries?
You guys
Yeah,
remember
United
that?
States, Canada, Mexico.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I listened to that CD all the time as a kid. That'll be a nostalgia trip for sure. Anyways, what were some of the questions we got for GDC? You guys are gonna have to answer. Well, actually, you've never been, have you, Pat?
No, I got that confused with a SIGGRAPH. I went to SIGGRAPH once, but
Yeah, Pat's been around a long time and he's been to a lot of shows, so he's gonna have good experience and information. But GDC,
mostly E3. Like
Yeah.
I lived, next to E3 for 6 years. So for 6 years, I went to E3 every year, which was pretty fun. But yeah, never GDC.
I've never been to anything ever.
nah, don't lie. You've been to PAX.
I did go to PAX. PAX was awesome.
PAX is
was
awesome.
It was
Which
I
huge.
is
hear,
in
I hear
Seattle.
great things
It
about
was
PAX. I'm
huge.
going to be there this year, so I'm pretty excited about it.
I loved it, dude. The 1 week that we were there, it didn't rain at all in Seattle. It was in Seattle, and it
Then you
didn't-
just didn't get the Seattle experience.
yeah.
Brian was like, fuck.
But which is good. I do like the rain, but like everyone just says it's just so depressing there. But I guess that's probably just because it's like year round or something. I don't know.
It's just
Seattle.
it's like a tropic area almost. It rains a lot.
Seattle is one of those places where I do want to live because I don't mind the rain personally.
Yeah.
But
I've been there
Yeah.
on times. I've been there for trips where it did just rain all the time, and I've been there on times when it's been beautiful. When people say something is like something, it's if you live there, you get the whole mix.
Yeah,
It's like people think of Denver like, well, it's got to be snow there all the time. Well, yeah, there's snow on the ground right now, but it snowed 2 weeks ago or something like that. It
Yeah.
just sticks. It just stays.
Mhm.
Anyway, we can talk about the GCC a little more.
pretty.
The biggest thing people are asking is what should they expect if they've never been there? They've never been to GDC. Like, they don't know what GDC is. Obviously, we kind of started about just talking about a little bit of San Francisco, which is I feel like that's a good way to start because that gives you that's what you're getting into first. You're not just going right into the show. You get to get into the city, find your way around, find the damn thing.
Mhm.
So kind of getting towards that. The actual center that you'll go into, it's like a couple escalators that you go downstairs to this main show floor. There's a few, I forget, I'd have to look up exactly how many show floors they have, as in like different areas where different things are happening. Usually it's like registration across the street, and you cross the street, and then
Okay.
and there'll be all these like GDC banners up and stuff. So it's pretty easy to figure out where the hell you're going. You tell a cab driver, Moscone Center or Moscone. I don't even know. I blew it. We blew it, Pat. Sorry, folks. You just throw that out there and into the cab, and he says, "Okay," and you go. Should be fine.
Is it a pretty big convention center?
It's big, but not humongous. Like CES was ridiculous. CES is humongous, international. So many floors, thousands of booths. The thing about GDC that makes it a little smaller is it's the Game Developers Conference. It's not the open to the public show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really only for people that make games or is kind of involved in it or want to make them. It's not, like I said, not an open to the public show like a thing like PAX or E3, though E3 did just close to the media for a little while there. A lot of those shows are more for the public, like,
Mm-hmm.
just fun stuff in gaming, where GDC, you still have booths and you have all that, but it's split up. Again, I haven't looked at the show floor this year, so I'm not even sure, but usually they have it split up. One side of the main floor is the business section, so it's just those big walled-in giant cubicles. And so it's like it's for showing all the behind the scenes footage, or for actually doing real meetings, like real business meetings. Then kind of the middle area is like your main show floor where people have actual booths, like, oh, here's our games, and you can actually walk up and play, or just check out whatever they're doing. More. Whoa. My phone just exploded.
Whoa.
Did you hear that? That was John Jones. Because John was supposed to be here. He was the one that planned. Here's what happened. He planned this whole episode last week and then got sick. And a few other people got sick, and we ended up doing the cast with the new guys.
Oh, yeah.
And that was totally impromptu. And then tonight, he's all talking it up yesterday. He's like, yeah, tomorrow we do the GDC. We got to get this shit and do it, man. Big. And then he just biffed it. He sent me a text. He goes, sorry, I'm at some party.
Oh.
But that's cool.
That's fine.
It's cool. We wish you were here, buddy, to give your insight while I go to the bathroom. So where were we before that?
So you're talking about like the one side's the business.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
The other
The
side
layout.
is like where you can go.
Yeah, like the
play games.
main floor of the center area looks a lot more like any game show. Any game show, not like a game show, but a video game show that you go to. But then usually the other side is the career pavilion, which is a lot of small booths. Like everybody has like the same size little box, every company, but it's just like somebody there looking at or just collecting resumes and portfolios.
I see.
Usually that's where it is. That's how it's laid out. But that's again, I don't run the show. I don't know what they normally do.
I heard of this wall. I don't know if it's for GDC or another convention like SIGGRAPH or something, but there's like these two walls, and one is just job offers, and then on the opposite wall is resumes, and like
you'll see that, especially the biggest, most hammered booth, obviously because of all the crazy students and fam people that just want to get in, is the Blizzard booth in the career pavilion.
Yeah.
I remember. I don't remember if it was last year or one before. They had just like what you said, but it was a split line, like this big sign on the front of it. It was a students professionals. It was like split. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I think they've been doing that for a while, actually.
Yeah, like I said, they're so big and they're so hammered by portfolios and crazy people that they have to. Oh goodness, I would hate to be in that department.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pat, I forgot. Are you going this year?
To GDC?
Yeah.
I mean, I might as well. It's right down the street.
Yeah, it's
so
right down the street. All you got to do is cough up a butt of money, and then you get it right in.
Well, I could just see if someone around has like a general pass.
Yeah, that's
Seems to be how it generally is in the industry. At least that's how it was for E3 for all the years. You just grab someone's pass if you forgot to get your own.
I always get a kick out of that. Like, it's like, oh hey, Bradley Meyer to John, or like whatever. Yeah. I just came up with some random name. Hopefully, if the real Bradley Meyer out there is a listener, that'd be sweet.
Sorry, I stole your badge.
Stole your badge. And every time I see John at a show, he always has just somebody else's badge. He's like, oh yeah, I got him. There's plenty of times where people they especially obligated people that have to run booths, and they're there for like a shift, and then they're just here, or they're there for just a day, and then it's like exhibitor pass for all those other days. But don't steal.
Yeah.
Think of all the Bradley Meyers of the world and don't steal.
I was just thinking it'd be pretty cool to actually meet you in person and like hang out.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be pretty pissed off if you guys rolled into town and didn't give me a call.
Well, we're going to be there, so I'm going to have to get your phone number. I'm going to have to get your home line telephone.
Home line? Who the fuck has a home line?
Sometimes I like to, live in the past.
Rotary dial.
Just keeping it real.
You know it. So, yeah, I mean, as far as what to expect for your first time, like I said, I kind of gave the idea of the layout. Who's there? Obviously, game dev conference. Everybody there is a...
Nerd.
No, everybody there is going to be a game developer. So
yeah.
I think John might have said this, or somebody did. It's been said before. No one's invented this, but be careful about talking shit.
Yeah.
About anything at any time, because you never know when you're just gonna be hanging out, and then you're like, oh, fuck blank, that company, dumb, and the president's right there behind you.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, well, I see you won't be working here ever.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out. Be super nice.
I kind of live by that. Like I kind of do
try
that
to
in life. Like
I try to, but I just can't stop talking shit.
I know, it's just so easy. It's so easy.
I can't help myself.
I just want to bury everyone. I'm like, fuck him. Yeah, that's all I do for all these shows. That's what every episode has been about so far. But no, you want to avoid that stuff. Try to be nice. What about there's going to be a lot of what's the word for it? If you've never been, you've obviously going to have those post-show jitters. Don't worry about that. Don't forget about it. You don't need it. You might. Oh, I saw my video game hero. Oh, Jesus, God in heaven. There's Cliffy B. Oh, there's Tim Sweeney. Oh, there's someone else. Who else? Who else makes video games? I don't know anybody. I don't think Bill Gates will be there, but pretty much everybody that's they come out. Unless you're what sucks is when you're making a game and you're like, oh man, we're in the middle of dev. We got to get this GDC build ready, and you're working hard on it, and you don't get to go.
It'd be really cool if some of the CrunchCast listeners, like, if any of them recognize us, if they're at GDC, like, I'd still.
I told you, Bryan, you're not gonna be able to go anywhere.
No, I mean, I'm gonna be so famous, but no, I just think it'd be cool if they like wanted to get a picture. Like, I want a picture with them, not necessarily if they want a picture with me. I'd want a picture.
Yeah, well,
with them. I think it'd be cool.
If you're talking about that whole weird concept of fame, I guess.
No, I don't.
It's not like that. But what I'm saying. I'm trying to word it. That's why I'm.
Yeah.
I'm being short with the words there because I don't want to make it sound big-headed or anything like that. But I get more excited about the idea that someone's like, I like listening to this show. And that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like as opposed to someone saying, "Oh, you do the show." You know what I mean? To me, it's more. Why does anyone listen to this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, wow, cool. You're one of those guys. Thanks. It's
just to
feel free to say hello.
That's the whole reason.
Definitely the Polycount party. Oh yeah.
Oh sweet, awesome.
Got to be there. We're gonna try to do a CrunchCast out there, but I have at this point right now I have zero plans for this. I have done nothing. I put no research into it. I haven't bought any equipment, which I'd have to get all kinds of. I don't even have a laptop.
We'd use the office laptop.
Maybe. Either way, I mean, we'll figure it out. I know John might have a setup already. He's been talking about that. Anyway.
If John quits ditching us.
Ditching.
God, that guy.
From a hotel room or my apartment.
Hey, we could do that actually. But it would be easier if I could have my camera. Like, here's my ideas. I'm gonna have my camera with me. I can just snap quick things, like a quick saying hello with people or whatever. What I'd like to do. What I'd like to do is run into people and talk to them about games. Like, say, oh, here's so and so. I can ask him some shit, and he can drop some advice real quick. And we have it would be dope to do a whole bunch of little interviews.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be.
And that would just be
pretty awesome.
The easiest vision, as opposed to having to sit down, set something up, and kind of produce a little show like this.
Yeah, and we'd definitely have to edit all that together and stuff, because.
Yeah, and with having an internet connection and getting it all uploaded, it wouldn't be like this where we record it and it goes right up.
Yeah, that would be really difficult. I wouldn't even know how to begin.
Yeah,
I can't. I just figured out my digital camera. Like, why my pictures were all blurred. Oh. I just figured out how to get rid of the blurriness.
Yeah, so. I recently learned about a toilet. Like, apparently places have these things now. It's like a bowl of water, and you don't have to go outside.
Oh, nice.
It's great in the winter. So, yeah.
You just now heard.
Well, I was trying to think of a stupid technology thing. I was I just got this VCR, man. I can put in these tapes, and I can hit record, and I got to leave the TV on that channel. but I can get this show, and it's fucking awesome.
Dude, there's something, a little off topic, but there's something so satisfying about pushing a VHS tape into a VCR. Like, just
it's got that cool sound, that sound.
Not only that, but it's like it like pushes against you just so ever so gently, and then it sucks in. It's just, I don't know, it's really satisfying, and kids are never going to experience that nowadays because they're just dropping their discs right into the tray.
Oh, they don't even
need that anymore.
They don't even know what a disc is.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it, like
spoiled little
something
bastards.
Like a 30% or something of our listener group has never seen us anything in real life. Everything's digital. Let's just move on really quick to the next little concept. Why not? Talking about that importance of networking, I kind of think we talked about that a little bit with the whole idea of watching what you're saying. I got some more ideas on that.
Make some business cards. Like if you're a newbie and you're going to GDC and you want to get in those lines, having your resumes, that's all really important. But if you have a business card or something, because you never know who you're going to be talking to, like grabbing a coffee across the street or whatever, having those are really, really important if you're trying to get your networking out.
Great point, dude. I'm gonna bring my whole box and just make it rain.
I'm just gonna. We're gonna talk about this a bit more later, but I just want to throw it out really quick. That a lot more happens outside of the actual show. I would say much more, networking, big things that go under the umbrella of just talking to people.
Is it because you're wearing like some sort of badge or something?
No. I mean like after the shows.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is at parties.
Oh, yeah.
But again, I want to save that for later because I think it's a really big point.
Okay.
Anyway, well, yeah, you're right. Somebody asked about what should they bring. I replied to this GDC thread on Polycount, which you can too.
Sunscreen.
Somebody asked. They said, "Well, what do I need to do? What do I need to bring? What I got to bring?" I just posted this thoughts on it. Business cards are super important, man, because I meet so many people at these things. Here's the problem: is if you're somebody who's trying to get a job, you're gonna meet a lot of people, but you're gonna be meeting people that you're enthusiastic about and you want to talk to them. But on the other end of the spectrum, those guys that are actual developers that are there and they're looking for people, they're getting just hammered by this large number of folks that want a job. And it's very, very difficult to remember people. I always feel bad when I'll meet somebody one day and the next day I'm like, oh shit, I forgot your name. Well, thank God you're at the show and you still have your fucking badge.
Yeah,
that helps me. That helps me a lot. I'm more of a visual guy, especially with memory. On every IM programmer, everything I can, I'll try to change everyone's names, their real first and last name. Otherwise, I don't even know who the fuck is sitting next to me.
Yeah.
Like I have to see a first and last name written down all day long. I just forget it. I'm just a visual memory guy. You tell me something, whatever. But if I do it, I'm good. I think a lot of artists are like that. So you're gonna have to deal with these crazy right, left brain, different kinds of wacky people. It's a game industry. Again, it's a bunch of artists. They're nuts. Some people don't have all the right social skills, like me.
I do want to quickly clarify that when I say nerd,
you mean like an asshole, a jerk?
Yeah,
piece of
exactly,
shit.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
Scum of the earth.
Well, I always consider myself a nerd, and I always call myself one.
Dude, I do too. I personally
look at this fucking shirt, Bryan.
Yeah, exactly. Dude.
Does he get the one up? The fucking one up. I'll twist this camera so Pat can see. Nice. Yeah, he's wearing the one-up mushroom from Mario.
But I definitely consider myself a nerd, and to be honest, I think nowadays nerd is a compliment.
Oh, nerd is cool.
I got my nerd T-shirt on right now.
Oh yeah.
H.P. Lovecraft shirt.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Oh, wow. It's like for those of the benefits of audio only. It's just a bunch of tentacles and a face in the center, and the face obviously being some sort of like a silhouette, high contrast version of him.
Yes, Mr. Lovecraft himself. Yes. It's awesome. It was like a T-Fury T-shirt. It's great. That website is awesome.
And I of the lesser nerd, but the professional, true artist. This is just some shit I got at Kmart for on clearance. It's a snake wrapped around a guitar. I didn't know that until like a year after I had this shirt. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, what? I just bought this random shirt because I needed some T-shirts one day.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this shirt anyway? And it's a guitar with a snake. It's a rattlesnake, I guess, like around it, and I was like, it's pretty cool, I guess, because it's got a snake on
I
it.
have so many shirts that say like USA.
Yeah, like you have like American Muscle that has a picture of a car.
It's because they're like $5 shirts.
Yeah.
They're not made in America. They're definitely not
Definitely made in
America.
China.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, why not? I mean, whatever gets the job done, in my opinion.
So yeah, business cards are great because look, I opened up my drawer right here. I'm gonna open up my drawer. All right. Here's a stack of the last business cards that I got at some show that I was at. And these are great because now I can say, oh yeah, here's old so-and-so, and I've got all this information right here. We can hook up and we can party. I even, because we were in Vegas, I even hooked up with this guy. I hooked up with this guy. We had sex in the bathroom. No, that didn't happen. What I meant was hooked up with in the sense of...
That's what happens at game
We
conferences.
connected, yeah. Most video game conferences are actually hookup. People go and they have sex. Now, these are all jokes, folks, and I apologize. But no, this bartender, I just happened to see, it was in the hotel we're in, and we're just like, fuck it, we'll just go back here, cheap drinks, hang out for a little bit, get some dinner. And we're talking to this bartender, and it turns out that he's this amazing, like, high-level juggler.
Oh, really?
And I used to be into juggling. I used to go to shows and stuff all the time. And and we're just like talking about it, and he just starts pulling out the bottles and starts flipping them. He's one of those guys, and he's doing all these crazy tricks where he's like making drinks while they're flipping them in the air and like catching them. It's like like when you go to like a Benihana's or something, like one of those Japanese steakhouses where the guy does all the tricks, ding 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 ding, and flips the shrimp into his hat. And it was like that, but this guy was just amazing, and I just happen to have his business card now, and yeah, I just remembered this random guy.
Yeah.
And he was cool as shit. But that's how a lot more of this stuff happens. Is it wasn't the fact that I went looking for this person. It was the fact that we just kind of talked, and his personality stood out, and all that. Mm-hmm. I talked about I do this, and I'm into this, and that's really what I'm talking about with the party whole concept, the whole networking of actually just talking to people and being real, as opposed to you can just walk up to everybody and be like, my portfolio, my resume, walk out with your shit in your hand, just like trying to show it to people, or you can be like, oh hey, yeah, blah blah, and actually do, have some interests.
I was gonna say you have
be
to bring
personable.
I was gonna say if you have a business card, you have to bring a personality with it too, or else it's just a piece of paper. You have to like some people just have to. They have to be able to relate that business card to your face.
Yeah.
And remember that it's you, somehow.
Usually you just have like a quick chat with people, and then like, oh hey, you got a card, and then you switch off because that's what the point about forgetting, or not necessarily forgetting, but just there's so much happening that you're not going to remember everybody's. It just helps. It helps. Piece of paper with your name on it.
I want to get some advice. Like, I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything, but like
No, do it.
Like when I do go back to school, like to the Art Institute to give a speech or something, I often do get a lot of students that kind of bombard me and start monopolizing my time, and like just telling me everything about them and like asking them questions. It's fine. I mean, that's understandable.
Brevity is the soul of wit.
I don't even know what that word. What's brevity?
it's sort of like being brief. It's sort of like Twitter.
Brevity. Okay.
Twitter only allows 140 characters.
That brevity. Yeah, I know that one.
Not to be confused with the New England brevity.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. But I was gonna ask, what do you do when you happen to find someone that tends to just monopolize your time? And, you kind of got other things to do.
I've had that happen. I've had that happen quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had that happen to extreme excess.
And I'm a nice guy, and I hate like saying
that's the most difficult part.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I do. I start putting it into a professional sense to them. At a point where I'm like, okay, maybe you should check out the rest of the show, see what else is out there, see what else is going on.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
I mean that's extreme. Like, okay, that almost never happens, but there's always somebody that really just overstays the welcome, or like it's just some random. It's like some random person. They seem really cool at first, and everything's cool, but then they just hang out a long time.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's okay. You gotta know. You gotta know the line.
You're welcome. Yeah.
But there was one where I just got to a point, and I'm like, okay, look, you want to be hired as an artist here, and I'm the lead. That means you have to be able to show the ability to listen to my instruction, and you're still here talking. Please, come on, guy, you got to help us out. But like I said, that sounds kind of dickish, but this was an extreme case of somebody that was just there for. We're talking like all day, just there and talking. Yeah. It's like, come on, man.
I guess that's
you got to give people again, and you got to give other people room too. It's like when you're at a show, that means that everybody is there to check out what is at this booth. And if you're running a booth and you've got somebody there a very long time, it can be cool. At CES, we had some guy. Oh God, I don't even know where he was from. He was from I don't know where he's from. He was a cool guy, but he was from somewhere in Europe, I'm sure. But there was one day he played Nexus. Because we were playable at the booth there, a little kiosk.
Yeah.
You just sat there playing the game for at least 3 hours straight, probably more than that. And there was one day where he just was like, I got nothing to do this day, but I'm still here. So he just came to the show to play our game the whole day. Like it was like the next day,
nice. He
came and just played. I mean, some would argue that he was overstaying his welcome and he didn't let other people play.
Yeah.
And that might have been negative for the show. But he was an okay guy, so we just like, whatever, you can play, it's cool. Just stay here and play. It was good. We liked the fact that there was a guy that enjoyed the game. Exactly. We're like, oh, this is cool, this guy liked it, this is fine.
Unless he's like punching 12-year-olds in the face.
Yeah, like, get out of my way.
Like, yeah, exactly.
I'm playing.
I mean, I don't see a problem with
No, it was, like I said, I think for that show in particular, again, it being CES, not really a video game-based show, there was only a few video games there to even play. People weren't that interested in it in general. Just because it's video games.
Yeah.
So for us, it was like, cool, we don't have to sit here demoing all day. As in just sitting there. That's what you do when you work a booth. Most of the time, you just sit there playing the game over and over and over and over. Which is fine. It's fun. But if you don't have to, that's cool. And when somebody comes up, he can be this guy playing, and somebody comes up, and you can just go right into talking to him and say, hey, do you want to play? And then say, just give us a second, then you can play again. And then the person comes in, they play a bit, and they leave. And then the guy that's been sitting there all day, he plays us again. But you gotta be careful about overstaying that welcome, especially at GDC, because GDC isn't a consumer show. GDC is all professionals.
Yeah.
Therefore, if you're putting out a bad light, as in who you would like, we're talking about people that you want to work with all day, every day. If you put out a bad personality, that's it. It's pretty much done. And we'll see you next year and see if you're a little more personable. That's really what it is. It's more of that than anything. I mean, they got to get past portfolios too, but
yeah. No, but being brief is definitely very, very helpful if you want to try to impress somebody. In my opinion, you don't. If it's kind of like dating, in my opinion, you don't want a girl that's just going to tell you her entire life story. No guy likes girls that just talk all the time. You know. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That's a sexist joke. No, but
isn't that what they do?
No, but I mean, it's not necessarily that we don't like them talking all the time. It's just that if they just tease you a little bit, there's a limit. You're gonna want to hang out with them.
If you're talking to somebody. And they're like, yeah, man, that's great, that's cool, man. Yeah, right back enthusiastic with you. Keep going.
Yeah.
But if they're like this right here, if they get their phone now, yeah. Like on their phone, kind of blowing you off. Then that's pretty much. You should probably go. All right, man, cool, thanks. Here's my card. Roll.
Yeah. I felt bad because I did that to you a couple weeks ago.
Who, me?
Yeah, you were talking to me, and I was for some reason I was really focused on something on my phone, but I was still only.
Brian's got tunnel vision, folks. He's a dedicated man.
Yeah.
So if he blows you off at GDC, don't be upset, but do send him a hateful letter at Bryan@elphonic.com.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, I apologize.
So I feel like I've been throwing out a lot there. How about you, Pat? What would you say as far as personable? What is it? What was that word that I was making up earlier? Personable. Being personal. Being, doing your networking, walking that thin line of networking. Chime in on that.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of reading body language, you know what I mean? Like, if someone's really not digging the conversation, reading the other person, you'll you'll pick up on when you should probably just be like, here's my card, and I see you're busy. Take it easy, because you don't want to be that guy who can't take a hint. You know, even if they're not interested in you for employment or continuing the conversation. You know, you always want to leave on a good note, and if the guy's just not really feeling it, and you're just like, oh, you know what, hey, here's my card, thanks for your time, take it easy, and you get out of his face, you know, that's going to look a lot better than someone who, like, sits around and hangs on and is rather frustrating to deal with.
Oh, definitely.
And, you know, like, to answer your question earlier, when you do talks and some people take up, you know, just too much of your time, and you really want to get out of that conversation and give equal time to the other students, or try to give equal time to the other students, you know, it's really just one of those situations where you have to be like, you know, if they can't take a hint, like if you start leaning towards to another student to answer a question and they still hang on, you need to be like, yeah, sure, man, you know, right on. As soon as they finish a statement or you answer the question, be like, you know, hey, I don't mean to be rude, but, you know, I think a couple other guys got some questions too, you know, can I get back to you after the talk or something? And, you know, generally people will be like, oh, sure, man, absolutely. You know, you just try to politely slide out of a conversation.
No, that's very good advice. Because that tends to be very, I don't know, just annoying, and I hate having to be rude to people. Like I've been called a lead on by so many girls because I just like talking to anyone really. So I'll talk to girls, and then they'll think that I'm leading them on, and I feel like a complete jerk about it, and I'm just a bad person, really. That's all. But
well, I mean, well, I can't comment on that, but you know, yes, being very talkative and getting in those conversations. You know, of course, you want to keep talking. I like to talk a lot. I like to be social, so. You know, it's one of those things where you yourself have to look around and be like, oh, okay, there's like 5 other students here that I'm talking to. And I'm really connecting with like these 2 or 3 guys who are obviously interested and obviously excited about what you have to say, because if they weren't, they wouldn't be asking you a bunch of questions. You know, but some of the other guys might not have, you know, the social skills, or just are forward enough to kind of like butt in and be like, oh, hey, excuse me, that guy's taking a breath, so I'm going to get my question in.
Plus, if they're in the art industry anyways, or if they're trying to get into the art industry, they need to be able to take criticism. And so being blunt, if it gets to that point where you actually need to be blunt, they should be able to handle it. I mean, and if not...
You know, a lot of times I'll just go right into professional style feedback just to see. Like, I've gotten to that point where I've ran through this whole situation so many times. You start to say, okay, a lot of times you get that first impression of people, and you immediately know. Mm-hmm. You know, you ever have that crazy meter on somebody?
Yeah, like
as soon as you see them, okay, I'm getting this vibe.
What Pat was saying earlier, like how some people just can't take a hint when you like want to go or whatever. Yeah, but I know what you're talking about too.
There's sometimes you can just immediately meet somebody and be like, something's weird here. Just because, I mean, at this point I've been around so many people in the industry so long, I kind of get that vibe of how most people are. I mean, most people in the game industry are pretty chill guys, laid back, like playing video games. They can talk like this, and they have that office volume to their voice, and it's fine. Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's make that happen. Everything's cool.
Yeah,
that's kind of like my full average of everyone I've met in the industry right there. But some other motherfuckers, they're just not built to be in an office. Some people are built to be swinging axes into heads in medieval warfare.
Yeah.
But they're not really great for offices. But then some people are on like a lot of hard drugs too, and then you know that pretty quick.
Yeah,
that's you can tell, man, if somebody's on some. Hey, Pat's back.
A little jittery.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about the business cards. Obviously, those are important. I like them. Mm-hmm. You like them. Everybody likes business cards. Look, here's what happens. If it doesn't work out for you, you can take these things and you put them in the jars at every little restaurant you go, and you get a free burrito or something. But the additional things to go, what else should they take? Like the ideas here are printed portfolio, like a printed resume, a laptop where people can see your portfolio. The hot shot is the iPad.
Yeah, I was about to say the iPad is. I mean, that's portable portfolio. It's fucking awesome.
Okay, so let's just talk about the iPad real quick, just because that seems to be a lot of people really favor this. It's expensive.
It's expensive as hell.
It's an expensive toy that, besides showing your resume off, it'll be nothing but a rock somewhere taking up space in your house. But God, is it beautiful! It's so slick. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like I'm on top of shit. Swing, swing. When the people hold that iPad up and they swish it with their hand, and their finger goes across it. And wow, here's this image. Here's this image. Here's this image. And even we've used it to demo our game before. It's hot. It's nice. It's so nice as far as presentation. Versus a laptop is great. Don't get me wrong. Anything that can really present who you are in the best light, it's great. But the downside of the laptop is, you got to pull out this big fucking thing, open it up, start it up.
Yeah.
You got to wait on that. And then you gotta click on this keyboard or something to show all these different images, as opposed to that nice swipe.
And if you have like a 2-year-old battery laptop, or if you have a 2-year-old laptop, the battery's most likely shot.
You're done. You're carrying around this 20-pound thing in your backpack. That's the only downside. It's just a big. It's kind of unwieldy. That's really the only downside. Otherwise, it's awesome. It's actually even better if you got a powerful laptop and you can get later at some party and kind of hanging out with people and actually show your art in real time, then that's like another benefit to laptops. But that's kind of like an after show thing, where you're on the show, people don't have time to sit down with you and like dick around with you and your stupid UDK scene.
Yeah, they spend the rest of their life in front of a laptop or in front of a computer of some sort. They don't want to sit in front of your laptop.
That's, like I said, that's the only downside. They're kind of unwieldy, kind of heavy, and if you're willing to carry this thing around all week, that's cool. I have to do it plenty of times for these shows and stuff. It's just part of the process. You got to do what you got to do. If you can bring a laptop and you don't have an iPad, do it. Always do it. I'm not saying a laptop is a bad idea. It's a good idea. But if you can iPad, Jesus, beautiful, beautiful, and you can tweet on it. Yeah. You can tweet I'm at GDC. Yeah. So. What about printed portfolios? I really like printed portfolios. I've seen a few guys come with printed portfolios, and it was really nice because they get this nice black paper print, laminated with it's got the front, and the intro, and the pages, and it's all nice. It's nice.
I would suggest not bringing.
There's something nice about something classic, in your hand. Yeah, it's real,
about solid, real.
Mm-hmm. You can hold it. It's light.
Yeah.
It's right there. You're not staring at a light.
Yeah. Exactly.
For things like 3D models and stuff, I mean, it's not bad to print out a portfolio and drag it around with you. Like that's totally cool. Like I'd love to sit down and look at someone's portfolio if they happen to have it in a flat book.
Those beauty shots look real good printed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wireframes,
and
they're fine.
And texture flats too.
Texture flats can look awesome, especially when someone has a badass hand-painted texture and it's printed nicely. Oh, it looks beautiful.
Yeah. It looks really, really nice. And if you have the model and the flat next to each other, it's like, there you go. That's perfect. Just like what you would have on your portfolio on your website. But there is kind of something awesome to be able to carry around digital copies of it and turnarounds or something if you want to put together a spin of one of your models, and you can just be like, oh yeah, here's my portfolio, click on the iPad, and sure enough, your whatever is turning around, whatever model you've made. So you can do that on an iPad or a laptop. Pretty awesome.
This might be kind of silly, but you know what I hate? Demo reels.
Yeah.
No, if you're an artist, it's one thing. If you're an animator where you need to see animation, it's a different thing. If it's something where you need, like VFX, like making particles and stuff, you need to see a demo reel. If it's animation, you need to see a demo reel. But if it's just environment artists or character artists where I can look at still shots, it gets kind of annoying because then you're forced into this set of time that this video is the length of like, now I'm forced into fucking 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just go click, click, click. Oh, nice. Like right to what I want to see, as opposed to I gotta wait for. My name is Clark.
Yeah.
Hotmail,
and then like there's intros, and it's like so and so, and we got some dubstep or some obnoxious like screamo playing, and
Some
it's like
J-pop.
dubstep and screamo, and then there's like an intro with the dude's name and like the
My name
individual
is
letters
Fashion,
flip in.
yeah. This isn't
And his
the
name
art
is
that
like
I'm even
13
doing.
letters long, and that's just his first one.
I have
like
no
some
professional
European
skills at
17
making
letter
art
last name.
in fonts and graphics. But fuck it, it's in the start of my demo reel.
Yeah, I made this in After Effects in class. Like, you shouldn't have bothered. Just fucking text. It's okay.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, sorry.
it's
I went on
so-
a
yeah,
rant, but
it's so
that's
common.
that's the honest truth about it. Like, when you sit down to actually look at a reel, if you, like, as a modeler, I don't see them often. I generally see your blog or your photo
Exactly.
bucket
Usually it's
or
pictures.
your light box. What is it, light box or whatever the fucking thing.
That thing
On
that
websites
pops up and
now with-
annoys everyone.
Yeah.
Whatever that stupid thing is. Whether you just scroll through images, the flash thing on websites, but that's generally how I see models. But if I do happen to get a link to a video, and the first 20 seconds, 30 seconds of that video is just like some music you made and like this really neat spin of your name and how it like forms out of
Yeah, it had
triangles,
better damn
like,
be
dude, let's fucking move. Let's move it along.
Name.
I just want to see
the name is
yeah.
on the website. How do you fucking think I got this demo reel?
Yeah, name's on the website. Name's also in the corner. Put your name in the corner with the website name in the corner, and just get to the models. Get to the meat of it.
I like 1 minute demo reels with five seconds of pre-credits and 5 seconds of post-credits.
No credits.
No credits.
No.
Don't even have
Here's what I like. I like beauty shot, kind of rotating. That transforms into like a wireframe, and then it shows
Yeah.
some flats, and then it shows the next piece. Get a few pieces out of the way. These don't even have to be fast. I mean, not fast. They don't have to be slow. If it's one of those, what is it? The MOV? What is the QuickTime format? Where you can just grab the scroll bar and move it frame by frame.
Mm-hmm.
That's the jam. I forget which one it is now, but
I think it might.
you show you a few pieces and you get your name at the end.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Also, be careful of the music you put on.
Yeah.
Like Chris and I, you put some heavy thrash metal,
I wouldn't do that.
and
in
it
my
comes
own
to Chris
demo
or
reel.
I, and it'd be fine. But you don't know if it's coming to Chris or I. Like, I just saw on Facebook a couple of days ago, one of my friends posted, like, for fuck's sake, will kids stop putting extreme metal in their demo reels? And,
Yeah.
that guy liked, I don't know, easy listening. Who the hell knows? But that automatically will
NPR.
I used to put like a
cut your
lot of
chance with
death
the guy
metal.
because he doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to press play and then hear some dude scream into his headphones or whatever.
Yeah.
No music
I
is
do that voice, but it make you not
better
want to listen to this show.
than that music.
Yeah,
Just-
if you're into a niche, a small genre, most people aren't gonna like that music. I used to do it in my some of my older YouTube videos. I would just have death metal blaring in the background. Just, like, to me, it was funny, but it was just my stupid YouTube videos. If it was a demo reel, I wouldn't even put music I like, as in stuff that I listen to on a day-to-day basis. I would try to find something that was at least on point, like apt. Like if you're gonna show a bunch of medieval scene, stylish fantasy, WoW fan art kind of stuff, or whatever. But then you got like sci-fi music, like some techno.
Yeah.
That's wrong, because it should be something that at least matches. Like, I like the idea of people matching their style, but just go with something subtle, please. It doesn't look. I'm gonna mute it, whatever it is. I don't that there. That's the final. That's all. I don't care. I'm gonna mute it, whatever it is. Unless you just happen to have some song that I like. This song, this is nice. It's got a soft piano. There might be a harp, some wind chimes.
We were.
Yeah, fucking, portfolio music by Enya. There you go.
Oh, it's so soothing.
Yeah.
That would be that jam, dude. Put it in your reel. Put really soothing music, and every other picture you put like some cats and stuff, something that's really pleasing, like some puppies. I think that might up your chances. What do you think? It puts people in a pleasing mood, you know? Don't show food. That'll piss people off because then they get hungry and then they get mad. Don't show food. Anyway.
Can't go wrong with cats, though.
Yeah.
Cats make you, that's +5 to your portfolio.
+5.
I've got cats in my portfolio right now.
Oh, yeah.
You do. You
I
do
do.
have cats.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you, Internet.
We were talking earlier about printing your 3D pieces and your textures. The problem that I've had with that, because I had to make a flat art portfolio as well, is I'd make a 1024 texture.
As an animator? No,
yeah. I'd make like a 1024 texture or something, and then when I wanted to print it out, they wanted a minimum of 300 pixels per inch.
And like the DPI and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because on screen it's only 72 pixels per inch. So, and then you got all that crazy.
Yeah. Oh god,
CMYK and RGB.
People print things, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna run into all that.
I need to look it up. I think it was like GDC, like maybe 1998 or something like 99. It was way back. I had to paint a gigantic, like one of those Hollywood movie posters.
Yeah.
It was backlit and it was hung above our booth. It was gigantic.
God.
It was like awesome.
Yes.
But this is like 1990 something.
It's like 10 gig Photoshop.
Is this? Yeah, exactly. It was this gigantic Photoshop file. It had to be at 300 DPI and it's like so many actual feet. Like you go to Photoshop to make new image based on inches.
Yeah.
It was just retarded. It's like you couldn't do anything, and I couldn't even paint people. Like that wasn't my job description. I was painting textures and like I could do skins, but these was like I had to do a movie poster that had portraits on it. The result, honestly, it was god awful, but it was actually pretty good for what it was. I mean, looking back on it as an artist, I'm like, that's terrible. I would love to see it again, just to be like, oh man, what the fuck?
Just going through that whole process is a nightmare, in my opinion. I don't know. It was just dangerous territory for me.
Well, that's cool.
But yeah, definitely bring a portfolio. I wouldn't suggest bringing original pieces if you're like a painter or like a concept artist and you're showing off your sketches. I would show scans of your original artwork. Obviously, I mean I would never bring your original stuff because if that stuff gets destroyed, you lost it all. So
yeah.
As to what else to bring, I wouldn't really know. Sunscreen and a towel. I'm gonna bring a towel.
Don't forget your towel.
Yeah.
Don't forget your towel. Umbrella.
Yeah. Chopsticks.
Chapstick. Bring money.
Yeah, that would be important.
So yeah, one of the cool things about GDC, I talked about this just a little bit earlier, a little touching on, but I didn't want to get too deep because I know it really deserves its own section. It's really it's a whole nother beast. It's the next step. Like we said, there's San Francisco to the city. We talked about that a little bit. There's the actual GDC show. We talked about that a little bit. But there's also the nightlife, the afterwards. This, the show itself, what is it, over like 6 p.m. or something? Oh, God, you got to wake up early. That sucks. The worst part is you're going to wake up early to go to the show and you're hungover and you got to work a booth.
Oh, man.
If you're a student, you just show up whenever and just, hey, what's up, guys? Portfolio. But if you're actually working it, man, whew.
We don't have a booth this year, right?
I think we have 2.
But are we? Are we going? I don't know.
I'm not absolutely sure.
Me neither.
But I do believe we're going to be showing in the Crytek booth because we're the first CryEngine 3 game shipped. And I think I got it. I think we're in the AMD booth. We're one of those video cards. Okay. One of those video card booths.
Awesome.
We're gonna be in one of those things because down the road we're gonna we're on Xbox. We're on the PlayStation 3 soon. We're gonna be on the PC, and when we do the PC release, we want to make it special. We don't want it to be a direct port. We're doing like a bunch of like higher resolution everything. I don't know. People ask about all these. People always ask these questions. They go, release date and editor, and they always ask the hardest questions to answer because a lot of these things are really out of your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of these have to do with deals and things. It's like with our release on the Xbox, it was in the house party. That was 100% out of our hands. What day it comes out on? Nothing we can do. We just we kind of have to say we just work on the game as hard as we can and try to fix as much as we can until it's out.
Yeah.
And there's the day, boom. Oh God. This is how it is. That's how a lot of the industry is, and people always ask a lot of questions. That look, I'm just an artist. I can't really answer this question. That's the kind of thing that is official news released by the company.
Plus, a lot of it could be held back by NDA as well.
Yeah, again, non-disclosure agreements. There's some things you can't say, but we're going to release this nice PC version which has like high-res textures, and we want to release a special version that's going to help for benchmarking. Like, it's going to use DX11. It's going to use it all. We're going to push it.
Yeah.
And we want to release an editor, but that's a whole nother thing. That's again, I don't touch any of that.
Yeah.
What we want. That's what we want. Mm-hmm. You don't always get what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
especially in games. So yeah. Why did I talk about that? You talked about the booze. You actually said, what booze are we in? You're going to have to be there the whole time, Bryan, working hard. You're going to have to work all those booths with your shirt off. You're going to, they have booth babes. You're a booth boys. It's a new thing.
Booth bros.
It's a new
booth
thing.
bros. I like that, booth bros.
Booth bro.
You got to be our booth bro.
Awesome. Well, I don't mind doing that.
Yeah, Bryan was quite the sex toy in the dev diary that we put on YouTube.
Yeah.
He takes off his shirt and he's like,
comments.
What's that?
Number one in the YouTube comments.
I don't even bother reading the YouTube comments anymore. It's gone to the point where it's like, just I don't know. It's just,
some are silly, but
yeah, some are really funny and like actually like make me laugh, and I'm having a good time with them. But a lot of them
the ones that make me laugh the
arguments
hardest.
about Twilight or something.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous.
The one thing about YouTube, and I'll tell you right now, it's the things that make me laugh so hard are the most. I'm from South Carolina. That's where I was born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
I lived through the 80s.
On the playground where you spend most of your days? I'm sorry, I had to.
Thank
That's
you.
terrible. I'm
No,
gonna shut
thank
up
you.
now.
Thank you. I actually like I love any sort of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reference.
Mm-hmm.
And I praise you, and I like this on Facebook. I've actually known people that were probably in the Ku Klux Klan. I'm talking about and I've seen some serious hardcore South racism. But then the internet came about, and YouTube comments just blew it out of the water. Like, I have read some things on YouTube that just far beyond the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is some next level shit. People are crazy.
Yeah.
I can't verify this.
It's like, you can say this on the internet? What?
Yeah, it's so weird. Anybody can follow the paper trail and find who you are. And I'm somebody that's I pretty much put my whole self out there on the internet with these videos, and I'm posting art and stuff, and it's what we do in the industry. So I don't know why people would think that they could post crazy stuff online. These must be...
I'm pretty sure I'm naked out there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why not?
Why not? Well, and by that you mean your Facebook page where you post photos of yourself
myself
nude.
naked. Yeah.
Your YouTube channel where you post up videos. No, none of that's true. But the end.
Yeah.
What we were talking about there was the parties, the afterwards, the nightlife.
Oh, yes.
Now, I know, Bryan, you haven't been to GDC, but you have been to at least a game show. You've been to at least to PAX. And you know that the nightlife, the afterwards, it's a lot of fun. Because the reality of this is most of the people that you really want to talk to and get a job from are working. They're at the show in a booth working. So they're doing their thing and they're waiting for the end of the day. It's a very busy process for them. And afterwards, you want to unwind. You want to have a good time. You're at a show. You're in San Fro.
Nice.
I did it. I made it rhyme. Even though O and A are different letters. So this is when the magic really happens.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the sex. Because again, GDC is just a big sex show. No, it's not that at all. Yeah, I mean, this is the point when, okay, people are working, and you're working a booth, you're not in the right zone. You might be hungry. You might be like annoyed. Your feet might hurt. And let me give you the number one tip of the show. This is going to be it. This is the pinnacle right here. Foot bath. Every show I go to, I always say to whoever's with me, foot bath.
Okay.
After the show, after you've been on your feet all day long, you go back to your hotel. You get that few moments of chilling where you like get cleaned up, whatever, you change your clothes, take a look, if you're outside of any show and you still got that dumb fucking badge on, you look an asshole. No, you get back to the hotel. A great thing to do is you get back to the hotel, take a quick nap, or you eat, one or the other first. But if you don't just go for the full shower, foot bath. You go in there, you start running a bath of hot water. You put your feet in there, you soak them, you soak your feet, you wash them, give them like a massage. Mm-hmm. The soap's kind of like your massage lube. You massage your feet, wash your feet. This gives time for your socks to dry out because they're gonna be sweaty. Mm-hmm. Or you put on a new pair of socks. If you're a pro player,
yeah.
If you're fucking pro, bring 2 pair of socks for every day and you change after the show. I swear to dude, mm-hmm. It's telling you, if you fucking do a foot bath, you wash your feet, dry them off, give them time to dry, air dry a little bit, lay down in the bed, let your back ease up, do some stretches, then you put on those new dry, clean socks on those clean, dry feet. Your night is gonna be beautiful. Oh. Thanks, Bryan.
Oh man, I can picture
it. That's something I do.
Man.
I did that literally every day at CES back in January, man, because we're on that floor all day. Mm-hmm. It made me feel a lot better for walking Vegas all night.
Plus, it was probably hot there too, wasn't it?
Well, no, not at all. It was January, Bryan.
Oh, okay.
It is a desert. You're right. It was nice.
I'm just always warm.
It was very nice a few days, but once the sun went down, it was like,
cool.
Fuck, better have a jacket. So we're talking about parties.
Yeah.
What do you like about parties, Patrick? Who's been bent down either drawing or eating or something? I don't know what he's doing.
I'm drawing. I'm sorry. I'm drawing here.
Yeah. What are you drawing? You want to hold it up? Want to show the crowd?
What am I drawing here?
Oh God, it's penises. It's just.
Yeah. It's just dicks. It's just
hardcore gay porn. He's been working on some comics. I don't know if it's not. It just looks like a white piece of paper.
Work. Yeah.
Oh well, you try. You can describe it. Oh wait, there we go. We can see some thumbs. It's just a bunch of faces, and those are cool.
It's just a bunch of faces.
Styly faces.
What can I say? Skull. What I like about parties, though, open bar. I like open bars. I like top shelf open bars.
Ooh.
It's not common though. I don't really drink anymore, so I mean half of that lie.
Yeah. Well,
but
those are the parties you also have to be careful of because that's when people get crazy.
That's when you learn some things you're not supposed to learn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know that like sign the NDA crap that just pretty much goes out of the water.
Exactly.
When you get the right person at the right time at the.
I would say drinking's pretty nice at parties.
That's drink. Thanks, Bryan. Good point. There's going to be a Polycount party.
Mythic used to. Were you working at Mythic when they used to ship people out to E3 every year? Because I started working there after that happened, but I heard stories about Mythic used to roll out to E3 with like a good crew of like a good amount of the crew really, and they had really good parties.
They never sent me anywhere.
Oh, that's a shame.
I do.
They were going to send me to PAX one year, but someone took my spot.
Yeah, I remember.
Still annoyed about that.
Well, they went to almost everything. So they would send out an email basically that would just ask, and then it was like a first come first serve. So yeah.
Lucky.
I missed out on a lot of that, but a lot of those I didn't even apply for because I was like, I got shit to do. I'm busy. Leave me alone. Oh.
I'm pretty excited. This is the first time that our whole office has gone to a
It seems like that's what it is, right?
Since PAX.
Did everybody get those receipt emails?
I did. Yeah. I don't know. And I assume if I got one, everyone else did because
Bryan's like,
I'm
like
the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, you're not the bottom. Everybody likes you, Bryan.
Your studio is also 10 people. So it's a bit easier to shuttle 10 people
yeah.
around than
Yeah.
a full dev team.
It's 200 plus, $200
Yeah.
million AAA title.
Like if they let everyone, like if they shipped everyone on my floor, I mean, I think that would be, I don't know, 150, 200 people just on my floor.
Cripes.
And that's of 4 floors.
And you got to do the math
There's
on this
3
stuff.
other ones.
We're talking plane tickets. Well,
Yeah.
you're in the same
Sushi.
You're in the same city,
Well,
so
I'm
it's
just
not
saying,
flying. You're
if
not
we
actually
weren't-
flying people
If we
out.
weren't,
Whereas
like if we
Mythic
were flying.
was in pretty much in D.C. It's in Fairfax, Virginia.
Whoa.
That's flying all the way across the country, so you're gonna be spending a lot more money in travel. Then you have to buy everybody badges. That's expensive, man.
Vitamin C.
Yeah.
Take your
Yeah.
vitamin C, people.
Yeah, that's the gross thing about shows is when people are all sick and they get
Yeah.
everybody sick.
I'm glad I
That's
just
more.
got sick.
That's really more like those open to the public type shows
yeah, that's
where you
true.
get just all kinds of
But
riff-raff.
I'm also thinking of some game developers, too.
Yeah, but game developers are gross, and we've said this before.
Yeah. But
Present company excluded,
yeah.
except for Bryan. Have you seen his desk?
I'm so
Oh,
gross, dude.
his desk is just covered in day-old spaghetti.
It's
Got a wall of cans and day old spaghetti and
Just tuna
Actually-
cans laying out, open, just
tuna
reeking.
cans.
actually for a while there. It was literally just jugs because I would drink like a gallon of water, like
every day, yeah.
every day, yeah. So
Tough guy.
I had
He's got one in his hand right now.
a lot of them weren't mine, but I had a total of
We collected them.
33
Really?
gallons sitting behind my desk.
You took a picture and put it on Facebook.
Yeah, yeah.
And I replied to that, but I replied to your gallery. So when you posted a new pic, it
Oh,
recently
yeah,
was the
yeah.
first comment. And I was like, "What the hell is this
I was
comment
kind of
from 1998?"
I was kind of worried about that. But,
No,
but yeah,
but whatever,
that's my miscellaneous gallery. I don't give a shit.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
I just throw miscellaneous shit in there. But
So yeah, you go to these parties, and that's where you really meet people. Again, Polycount has a party, and there's going to be, obviously everybody there is going to be an artist. There's going to be a lot of students there as well, a ton of professionals. I remember I think it was last year, me and Cole, who's Construct on Polycount, we're there from Ilphonic. There was a bunch of guys from Crytek there. Like artists from Crytek, like really good people, and a bunch of people from Splash Damage because they were just shipping Brink, and they had a few of the guys were giving talks. So a bunch of those guys. There were some guys from id there. Obviously, a lot of high level talent that you can buddy with, and it was pretty much just hanging out, drinking beers, and talking, being nerds and jerks. But really late, the people that stayed the whole time, I think right around the very end, it kind of turned into like a portfolio review section because you don't want to be that guy who's like, look at my portfolio.
yeah,
Hey, just hang out, be a dude, be a bro, be cool.
yeah,
And then once we've realized that you're an okay person, then we look at your portfolio. And then they ended up, I think,
Judge you.
now we judge you.
Yeah.
Now that you're drunk, we judge you.
You're
was-
drunk and we are too.
Mhm.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, it was right there at the end of the night. There was like just a few guys there. I remember being a few Crytek guys and a few other people. I remember the Art Bully guys showed up at some point.
awesome.
Again, there's just so many like high level talent there. It's ridiculous. So they got really good feedback, and these guys were giving feedback on portfolios. It was nice, good stuff. But again, you don't want to just force it on people. Just let it happen naturally.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
If it's even better, man, if they ask for it. If they say, "Oh, well, yeah, this is cool, man. What's up, bro? Do you got a portfolio or anything I can check out?"
Yeah,
And then if you can show it to them, that's when it's perfect.
but you have to have it right there. Like you have to have it on you. All the
Oh
time.
yeah, okay. Let me go back to the hotel. I left it. No, you gotta keep it in your fucking purse.
Be ready.
Your
all the
girly
time.
bag that got really popular in the last few years that dudes wear.
Always expect the unexpected.
Yeah, always expect the unexpected.
But yeah, parties.
They're the best part. I'm telling you.
Do we have any parties that like we're going to? Because like a lot of them are just big studios will just like throw down a bunch of money, right? And then
Well, one of the
have,
things
like,
about
a
actually
giant
being
party.
on, yeah, most people that are like big, huge tourists do something. Especially ones that are promoting something because they're kind of promoting it with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of times you can be on the show floor during the day and talk to the right people and get invitations to these parties. You get like a wristband or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's very common. So you can find these shows, but the idea is to try to find the shows that you know the right people are going to be at. Shows, parties, the right thing. You know, if the right people are there, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's sometimes you got to pick and choose. Find the right one. There's some good. There's oftentimes good parties overlap each other, and the idea is just find your friends and hang out with them. Do what they do.
Yeah.
That's you're gonna have the most. The idea is just to have the most fun. Don't worry about I gotta be here because this guy is gonna be here. You know, just if it's things that you're into, that's where you should be. You should always be. Just be yourself.
I'm gonna need a chaperone.
Okay.
So I don't get lost. So
Find your buddy.
I'm like a little kid. I just like if I see something shiny, I'll go wander over there. And
Well, San Fran's pretty easy. It's a nicely laid out city. So.
to be honest, I kind of want to go like explore the city on my own a little bit, and
You could do that.
like
Yeah.
just
Yeah, you can.
I could just I'm gonna be so in shape. I'm gonna be able to jog the entire city.
You're gonna be
Awesome.
you're gonna be awfully popular in certain sections of the city if you
Hey-o.
just show off how in shape you are jogging around.
No, it's great because like every time I go to California, since it's so low and close to sea level, I don't know. I just feel like amazing. Like I can actually breathe. It's awesome.
Oh yeah. Because we're in Denver, it's the high altitude.
Yeah.
When we go somewhere else, yeah.
Do so many. I could do all the pull-ups.
Yeah, I will say it is really nice around here. This area is very, very nice, and
Yeah.
San Francisco is a pretty awesome city. There's a lot to see.
By the way, I was just gonna throw out. I was just looking at the map here, and the actual convention center where GDC is less than 1 mile from the bay, the actual ocean water. However, this
From the Central Bay. Yeah.
Awesome.
but that's the actual ocean on the other side.
Dude, I'm gonna
So you can get right there.
jog to the bay. I don't
can
have to be
yeah.
on the ocean. That's fine with me.
Yeah, you can walk right to it. I've walked right to it a few
I wonder,
times.
can you walk on that bridge?
I think so. I'm pretty sure you can.
It looks like it's only like 2 miles.
Isn't there a whole documentary about people that jump off of this bridge? I'm pretty sure there's a documentary. Wasn't
Yeah.
it called like Jumper or something? Something like that. I forgot what it's called, but I know there's a documentary where all they have is they put a camera on this bridge for like a year,
Huh.
and then just showed all this footage of people just jumping off. Because people do it all the time. It's crazy fuckers. They're like, fuck life, I'm out.
Dang.
Yeah, but when you come in, we'll take one of the days that you're or one of the times that you guys are, available, not swamped with GDC related things. We'll definitely take a drive.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be too bad.
Hell yeah. I need to get a permanent marker and write the address on my forearm
Whoa.
to the hotel.
It won't be that bad, dude. Here's
If
what I
get,
did.
if
I
I get
went
too
to
drunk, I just show my forearm to a
Nice.
cab.
Yeah, that's
driver.
actually kind of worth it.
Yeah.
I usually do this when I go to places, especially shows, because again, it's a memory issue. You hit like Google Maps or one of those sites that gives you a map. You zoom out to have all your locations on there, or you break them up, whatever. You got the GDC location there. You got a few party locations marked out. You got your hotel marked out. You've drawn a few ways to walk or travel.
Mm-hmm.
You print that out and keep it in your pocket. It's no big deal. You fold it in half, you fold it in half again. You quarter it, put it in your back pocket. Keep it in your wallet if you want. It's a very, very easy way. Yeah, but if anybody's got one of these smartphones, you can just digital it up. But you never know when your battery's going to die, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't forget your charger.
Don't forget your charger.
Don't forget your charger. That and your towel. Don't forget your towel or your charger.
We're gonna run out of power so bad. Yeah, it'll be great. Hopefully we can hang out, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know if I don't know if EA is doing anything officially. It's terrible. I work there. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to these things.
Well, another thing that Polycount has set up, if you go to polycount.com/forum, or you go to polycount.com and just click on the forum button at the top. You go to general discussion, you'll find the GDC thread. Another thing they brought up in there is they put together a Skype channel. And a lot of the guys are in there talking blah, blah, blah. And you can meet up with them there, Skype channel, and then you can meet up with them in real life at the show. Whoa! But I was on there last night talking about just some of that exact thing you're talking about, where they're like, "Oh, where are you staying?" I'm like, "I do not know." Like, "Oh, when did you play it?" I don't know. All I know is I got the registration receipt, and I was told I'm signed up for some this, that, and the other, and that's really all I know right now. And it's very common in the industry that you just don't know the last minute. Like, "Oh, here, here's your ticket, go." Or you just show up at the airport and get your e-ticket. And then you find out everything. It's not uncommon. No, I was just talking about that whole not knowing. Because when you work somewhere, like if you're planning a trip yourself, you planned it all out, blah, blah, blah. But if you work somewhere, you never really know until that last moment when you get that confirmation email that says, "Here's your flight time, here's what you got to do," kind of stuff. Really common,
Yeah. Yep. I'm pretty excited. When is GDC? It's March.
Isn't it 5th through 9th? It's next week.
Something like
Damn it! Now I gotta Google it.
Yeah. Anyways, that's not important. The dates don't matter.
Yeah, the website says 5th through the 9th, 2012.
Oh wow!
Did you know it's a leap year this year?
Oh yeah.
Science says that we're gonna have to add like a whole nother week on December, but I'm not sure if that's true. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, so it's the last year, right? I mean,
yeah.
world ends.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't matter.
Very well might add a week to December.
Oh yeah, the 2012.
That could be the end of the world.
Did you know that
magical week?
That movie 2012 was a documentary filmed in real time.
Wow.
Sent back in time?
Yeah, that's what they did.
It's a documentary filmed in real time, sent back in time.
Back in time as a warning to the past about the future.
I didn't know John Cusack did documentaries.
Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil is pretty dope, though.
Oh,
anyway,
anyways,
I feel like we're kind of
getting to that.
We're kind of wrapping up here. It's happening. We're doing it.
I'm falling asleep.
Yeah.
Not because it's boring.
Like almost 2 a.m. for you guys, right?
Well, no. It's 12:30 a.m.
I'm just. Oh, that's not bad.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're early now. I keep thinking you're in. I kept thinking earlier when you're like, okay, I'll hurry up and get home to do the show tonight, that you were still in Austin where you're an hour ahead. And I'm like, oh, this poor guy's got to be up all late. I'm like, oh, it's early. It's, what is it, like 11:30?
Yeah, it's 11:30.
Nice.
So
you're ready to fucking.
Dude, Pacific time is awesome.
You're gonna turn on the TV and you're gonna watch Night Court.
Fuck yeah! I know I love Night Court.
I'm just exhausted.
You want to wrap up if we're wrapping up, you want to like hit on any more questions, or how do you want to?
Well, I feel like we pretty much nailed them all. Hopefully, I didn't miss anything. It's always difficult when I'm reading questions. Yeah. So, GDC, comfortable shoes, comfy clothes. You're gonna be standing up a lot.
Yep.
You're gonna have to walk around a lot.
Yep.
You can find a lot of awesome restaurants. Foot bath.
Try not to have moist hands. Want to shake people's sweaty hands? Don't want sweaty hands.
Some people like to keep that hand sanitizer on them for shows.
Yeah.
People like that.
It's a good idea.
People like that. What I like to do is I take like a napkin and a hand sanitizer and I put it on the controllers every few hours and I clean off the controllers for people because I think that's just respectful for people.
Yeah.
But that it's just something I try to do if I can. Yeah. Parties. Do big parties.
Party it up.
Be
Polycount
careful.
party.
Yeah, Polycount party.
Don't peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
I hate peer pressure.
Be careful about overdoing it in your first few nights and suffering a hangover the next day.
Yeah. PAX. I'm just remembering PAX.
Yeah, you don't want to try to network with a hangover.
Yeah. PAX was literally party all night and then work all day. Like that's
Yeah, we
all
partied
it was.
hard.
Yeah, that was
Brother.
awesome. Oh, I was gonna ask, does San Francisco, or I guess California in general, do they have any like weird drinking laws? Like I remember in Seattle, like I think it was like right at last call, they took our drinks away or something. I was pretty drunk, so I don't know.
Yeah,
What is
That might have
last
just
call out
been
there?
for
Like
you.
2 a.m.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
think
2?
so. 2 a.m. sounds right.
Most places is 2. Some it's 1. Some it's never.
Last call, is that 2 a.m.?
Yeah. I think
Oh
so.
wow.
I think
Yeah,
so.
dude. That last show we went to at CES was in Vegas. There's no last call. That was
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
that's some
Last call
that's
is when you fall
scary.
asleep.
That's scary. You got to be really careful if you do a show in Vegas. Wow.
Gotta be aware of your.
And then the thing about it is that they design all that so that you don't even know what time it is. There's no windows and anything. You have no idea what time it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's no weird. Well, there's plenty of weird stuff in San Francisco, but there's no strange laws. People are pretty okay with it. Like if you're walking around with a beer, just have it in a bag. No one's gonna really bother you.
Well,
about
open
that.
container is illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
open containers illegal, but from what I've seen,
Yeah.
You
It's just
know,
one of those situations
no
where
one
there's
really
too
seems
many
to
people
care.
to care. Yeah, as long as you're not just stumbling around and screaming at people, it should be fine.
yeah.
I swear in Seattle though, they like right at last call they took your drinks away. Like you didn't even have a chance.
I
to chug
believe
them.
it. Could have been someplace.
Maybe, I don't know. I've never heard
Could
of
have been
that.
where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, first I've heard. But yeah, no,
possible.
yeah, you know, yeah.
I'll remember if I get drunk. If I get drunk, I'll remember whether or not that's true or not.
Thank you,
sounds like a
Brian. That'll
great
be
plan.
very helpful. Very helpful information. Thank you. We're gonna document that. So yeah, next week if you're there at GDC, we will all see you there.
Yes.
We'll have a good time.
Yes.
It'll be fun. Party and party and party and
Which seat can I take?
what's that?
Oh, it's just
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I got you. That'll probably be a good time to stop.